The Padres and the Giants had the first ever pair of MLB games in Mexico City, which, if you don't know, the stadium they played in is at 7,300 feet above sea level. For comparison, the Colorado Rockies, Coors Field, they're 5,200 feet above sea level. So the points total in these games were set at 15 and a half and then jumped to 19 and a half. Tanner, what did you make of watching the games south of the border?
Well, I hope that everyone who wants a team in Mexico City realizes that we can't put a team in Mexico City. Like nobody would ever want to play. Who would want to play in Mexico City? Like hitters, obviously, but what pitcher would want to play baseball there? This is not Major League Baseball. So all the Mexico City fans that saw it and saw this and think this is Major League Baseball, which obviously the world has changed with the internet and everyone has access to Major League Baseball if they want it. But like this was not MLB. This was just home run derby. The balls were juiced basically. The field was short. I know you, Darvish, said something about the fences being very short as well. So that combined with this being 2,000 feet over course field level is just insane. So we can't put a team in Mexico City. Forget about it. It was fun for a 2-game series and move on.
Rob Manfred has flirted with the idea of expansion. He's talked about Mexico City. He's talked about another team back in Montreal. So, I mean, it is still alive. It definitely brings a question, though, because let's just say a team does pop up there. You have to get pitchers there, obviously. What is that going to do to the free agent market and to arbitration for pitchers? Because obviously they're going to have to be held to a different standard. But at the same time, I feel like there's just going to be innate bias. Like you look at an ERA and you say, oh, this guy has a 5.8, and who cares if he was in Mexico City? That's not good. Whereas, who knows? Maybe the next year he gives you like a 3.2. Like there's going to be some bias coming into effect there. So I still feel like there's pretty much going to be nothing you can do to reduce how bad it reflects on pitchers.
First of all, it's going to be hard enough to get Americans to go to Mexico City to play baseball in general. And then to top it off, what pitcher would ever want to go to a stadium where home runs are just flying out of the yard? Because like you said, arbitration, contracts, you can't tell how they're going to pitch at a normal field. Like, I guess you can look at road splits and home splits, but you're giving up your chance of the Hall of Fame. You're giving up your chance of being an all-star. You're giving up your chance of being an all MLB. Like it's not good. We got to move on from Mexico City. Montreal is great. Move on from Mexico City.
I wonder if the solution could be making the fences, like 500 yards or whatever.
Could you make a dome?
Feet.
If you could build, could you build a dome? Would a dome help?
No, wouldn't help.
No, it would still fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might fly out of the dome.
Yeah, it could fly out of the dome.
Something that isn't going to be flying out of the dome, Jacob deGrom's fastballs, because he is sidelined. He's got some elbow inflammation. He's on the 15-day injured list. DeGrom, not at his all-time best, but he's 2-0 for 2.67 ERA this year. The Rangers are 17-11. They're a game and a half ahead of the Houston Astros in the American League West. What have you seen from the Rangers so far? And then how bad do you think this DeGrom injury actually affects them? Because it doesn't seem like anything serious just yet.
No, the Rangers have looked very good. Offensively, they've looked good. But when like the Houston Astros say, hey, we want to play baseball, this division is over, and they will steamroll every single team in the AL West. So it's fun. The Rangers lead has been fun. Let them have fun while it's lasting, but it's not going to last for long. I disagree with the Jacob deGrom, not serious. Like anything forearm tightness is serious. Like this is probably, in my opinion, this will probably lead to Tommy John surgery. Jacob deGrom's been hurt all the time, whether it doesn't or not. Like this is going to be a recurring issue over the season, and he's not going to play a lot. So the fact that the Rangers gave him so much money, the risk of that contract exceeded the reward, in my opinion, because for that contract to work out, he would have needed to make 20 starts a year, like for the duration of the contract, and be effective and be Jacob deGrom. And he really hasn't done that over his career. Like Jacob deGrom's great, but he hasn't been healthy a lot. And the best ability is availability, and that's just not in Jacob deGrom's name.
Yep, I 100% agree with that. And that's something that we were talking about at the start of the MLB season. We were looking at all the pitchers, and I was talking about the New York Mets. How could they have not seen the problem of having your two aces be an average age of 39 years old? It's the same thing with DeGrom. Like, we know he's amazing, can be the best pitcher in baseball when he's healthy, but he's just not healthy that much.
He's never healthy. He's older than Clayton Kershaw, which blows my mind. I think he's older than Clayton Kershaw. Like, Kershaw's still freaking putting in, he's delivering. That man's just getting out there and shoving consistently. Jacob deGrom shoves when he's healthy, but he's always hurt. Like, so this wouldn't surprise me if it turns into Tommy John. Hopefully it doesn't. The Rangers are good, but again, the Astros are winning this division whenever they decide to win this division. It's only a matter of time.
One other star who's injured, Aaron Judge. New York Yankees, they're what are they, 15 and 15?
They
So they're
suck.
right at
That's what they are.
500.
They're dog water. The New York
They're
Yankees
not doing
blow.
great. I mean, look, 15 and 15 in a really tough division, it could be worse, but they're 22nd in runs, they're 23rd in slugging percentage, they're 27th in batting average. I mean, their pitching is kind of carrying them. They have the 10th best ERA, but for a team of stars and with Judge, who just had that incredible season, you expect more from the offense.
Yeah, the offense has been terrible. Aaron Judge hasn't played recently, obviously. I think he'll go on the injured list. Then you have Giancarlo Stanton, who's hurt. Like, the Yankees training staff should be fired. Like, every year, it's just injury, injury, injury. Garrett Cole is the only really good part about this team right now, along with Nestor Cortez. But the back end of their rotation should be exceptional, but they're all hurt as well. So it's just not really good for Yankees fans. And they only have an 11% chance to win this division right now from Fangraphs because of how good the Rays have been. Like, you can lose a division in the first month, and the Yankees are on the brink of losing this division already, especially when a team like the Boston Red Sox, and this Red Sox team is not a championship team. Like, if they make the playoffs, it would be an exceptional year for Red Sox fans. You don't want to be the New York Yankees and be beaten by the Red Sox in this division. You really don't want to be beaten by the Baltimore Orioles, who I think are going to be one of the best teams in this division in the coming seasons as they develop and as they get these players going. But their payroll is a smidge of the Yankees. Like, they should not be having these issues. Like, if you get hurt and you're the Yankees, you should be able to bounce back and adjust. But this team is just built around Aaron Judge.